G'day punters and welcome to our Kalgoorlie edition of the Wild West. You can see we're half trying to dress up at the minute in preparation for Hannon's Day, which we're getting picked up for in 28 minutes. So we better make this short and sharp, Cripper.
Yeah, this will be like you said, we won't be here long. So and it's a tough meeting to do because we've got firstly the reason I'm not doing any pre-post beating until probably tomorrow or Saturday morning is we've got the same rail position today and Saturday, so we'll get a good guide of how the track plays today, hopefully. And B, there's a fair few horses that nominate or accepted in for Saturday that are racing today. Not sure which ones will start, which ones won't. So you might have a bet, but you get killed by a deduction. So
A lot of the dual noms look thin as well in the markets early doors. A lot of those horses that are sort of 6-7 to 1, you're going to lose 13-14% of your money.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time it's safer to wait or probably just bet on the exchange.
Exactly.
As we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, lead our review, crew.
All right, before we get into it, quick Saturday recap. So I think we can both agree it was the rail went back to true at Belmont last week for the last Saturday meeting of the season. Saw a really hot rail bias on speed.
Understand they didn't water the track in preparation for the rain. Rain didn't come till late, so that might have been why it played hot as well.
Yeah, so you saw horses like spilling over, finding the front and absolutely cantering in at 40 to 1. Anything that settled on rail and especially leaders back was really hard to beat. Forgive anything that was back and had to make ground out wide. It was one of the real strong rail bias, really, in short. So.
Yeah, it was. Gets us ready for the Ascot season, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's a bit of a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, your favourite stuff.
All right, you want to talk about Butley Lad?
Yeah, Butley Lad. So our tips last week, Butley Lad was my saver. When the day started playing on pace, I'd already hopped into some 31s and tickled it down away. But when it started playing on pace, I thought it was a genuine $3 chance, to be honest with you, Chris. So I managed to get on any place I could. We got her into about $8, but unfortunately got grabbed on the line by Nonny. That's the story of 2020.
It's tip and absolute really nice ride by Alan Kennedy.
Did I whinge at all?
I can't remember.
No, not someone that holds a grudge or whinges or carries on in the slightest.
To be honest, I would be whinging too if I was you. I was watching it on track and you were stiff. So we then moved on to the feature, the Black Heart Bart Stakes. Both really, really keen on Vital Silver. And to be honest, in short, I thought he was bitterly disappointing. He had to work a little bit early. They did go hard, but he ended up in the box seat. Obviously, as we said before, rail was the place to be. The gap did open with more than enough time for him to come through. And for a sec, it looked like he was about to poke that grey head out of his. And then as quick as he did, it went pretty just as quick back into the pack. And I think he ran 5th, beating 3 lengths. So not sure what to do with him going forward now.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be disappointing. I mean, the one thing we can say, and it's a great example of the deductions as well, we lost 15, 16 cents to the dollar from our bet for 2 horses, which meant that Vital Silver was then going to settle rail instead of getting rolling. And Vital Silver probably is a better horse rolling, but Gregory Cripps should have done better than he did still. So positive note. Positive note.
Yeah, exactly. We'll finish on a high. So it was, sort of the toys were out of the cot by then. We had both keen on Don's Legacy in the last, especially when it looked on speed. We both mapped him as the leader, and the money actually didn't really come. He sort of hit
Betfair SP at about 670. Betfair SP, but it was trading a bit higher.
So Betfair SP ended up being quite short compared to what you could have got on the exchange really late. Yep. With 100 metres into the race, to be honest, I nearly tore my ticket up. Boy Edwards didn't get across. Sat 3 deep the trip. As we said, the rail was the place to be, so it's on the wrong part of the track. A solid tempo, and I was really kicking the ground on the turn, and then all of a sudden he just kept finding, and he got the job done as a super win, and definitely saved my day, and I reckon it would have saved a few punters' days around the country, that's for sure. Yeah,
one of the Sharpies messaged me, Declan Shembry's knows his business, and he said, how good is it when Bedouin Bell's the horse attacking the raid? So Bedouin Bell's close to the biggest nonny in WA since Street Bandit retired, I'd say.
Exactly, so we got out of jail on Saturday, so ended up being a winning day and a nice result to finish. Ride of the week, I think we just spoke about this on air, we ran out of time, so K Carberry,
Cup night. Didn't win, but he knew the condition, stuck to the fence and
broke for luck and got it, so hats off to him for that. And my horse to follow is Expressionist. Was resuming from a bit of a let up. The apprentice was on, wide gate, went back, was never really a winning hope, but really just got to the outside and struck to the line against a really strong bias, as we said. So expect next start, I imagine a senior will go on. If it draws well, it can settle a lot closer, and I think in similar grade will be extremely hard to beat.
Yes, no, it's definitely one to follow. Friar-esque for me, like the first up and second up effort. Loomed the winner on Saturday, but just got bogged down in that quicksand in the middle of the track. So I think if we can find the right mile race for Friar-esque, especially with CJP sticking, I think he suits as the hoop for that horse. Friar-esque, mile going forward.
Very good. All right, Kalgoorlie Cup Day. As I said, don't have a huge opinion at the moment because I just want to see what happens in the next coming days, but I'm sure you do. So, all right, I reckon I'll give you 10 minutes.
It's going to be a long day with me, isn't it, today?
Where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start with race 2. I know this isn't one you're too keen on, but this is my best. We're going to work straight to my best here, and I'm going to be very quick and simple with it. Frosty Hard will probably lead, get it nice and soft out in frnt. Loses the Apprentice, couple of wins on the row, ratings points are going up. Pink and Purple's a horse that's only been over the journey 3 times in his career. Failed completely once, beaten 25, so put a line through that. Other effort was at Kalgoorlie in a similar race, maybe even a touch harder than this, won by 3, and the other effort was against Too Close to Sun in town, when it was a better effort than Too Close to Sun, running 3rd, the only horse to make real ground that day. Gets up to the journey. Last effort was huge, and it was just a prep run, I think, with the Apprentice going on back to the 1400, ran the second quickest last 2 of the race, despite running second last. 7 horse field. 3 of these can't walk. You're getting $10.
Chips in.
Chips in.
Chips in.
You're going to get 10. Well, it's $10 at the moment. I don't know what the rest of them will do, but
the Queen of Kalgoorlie jumps back on. Kira, you'll lead
She
the
does.
rider this season,
There
so
you go.
definitely won't be arguing with you there. Moving on to race 5. Now, this is probably the one race at the current prices where I'm keen to play early. I don't think there'll be too many deductions. I don't think there's any double nominated, or there might be one, and I don't think it's hard in the market. So,
Hummer any, yeah.
the main reason I'm keen to play this race is because Indigo Blue has gone up sub $3, and I think she's a real knock at that price. And I had Indigo Blue $10.
I had a double figures
too.
too.
Yeah, so there you go. Just from the lightly race, so definitely improvement. I know the stable have a big opinion, but just not sure where she gets to from the map. Obviously travels to Kalgoorlie, coming up against some really good Fernie runners, seasoned Fernie runners on their home deck. It's like trying to play the Eagles at Optus Stadium, isn't it? So
it's like trying to have a beer with Luke on his home deck. Pretty seasoned out here too, isn't he?
He was a bit aggressive last night.
He was. He certainly was.
I'm going to go Mr. Genoa and Beethoven. They're both sort of $4 to $4.40 currently on the corporates. I want to back one and save the other. At this stage, I'm probably leaning towards backing Beethoven, saving Mr. Genoa, but I could easily be persuaded between now and Saturday.
Depends how much time you spend.
Yeah, I think so. I'll quickly touch on Beethoven. Resumed last start. It was suited by the tempo, but at typical Kalgoorlie, it's always tough to make ground. Got right back from the gate, and just really I remember watching the race because I was watching Manhattan Money. I think I might have had something on it, small late. And I just said, who is that? And it was just, of course, Kira flying down the outside to get me again.
Do you think they settled closer this time from the good gate?
I think so. It's a horse. It's obviously not going to go right
One
back
of
to
her
last.
stakes, I think. That's
a
the day.
listed winner.
Yeah, listed winner, yep.
I'm not sure if it will settle in the box seat, but might be 3 back the fence. And there's a lot of speed. Like Mr. Genoa is going to be positive. There's Woodow's Fury is one of the quickest horses out of the gates in WA. There's a couple of others who will be looking to go forward. So I think might need a bit of luck at the right time. But yeah, look for Kira to sort of be sliding her way through the field late.
Skiving her way
through. That'll do. The other one, Mr. Genoa, class horse, always goes well fresh. Yeah, like I said, I think they'll be positive. And again, at sort of $4 plus looks potentially better at my save. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, Mr. Genoa is clearly my bet for the race. I think Mr. Genoa might end up parking 3 deep, no cover the trip and still be too good with the 59. Loves Kalgoorlie, loves it fresh. Luke's pretty excited to train the majority of the card over the 2 days while he's down here. So super keen Mr. Genoa. The one that's come up well above my price as a saver, and I've got to have something on at 20 to 1, is Unbreakable. Huge last start doing all the hard work, 3 deep with Peter Hall on. Barrier again hasn't been kind, but with a nice steer and a potential suck on the back of a Mr. Genoa or an Indigo Blue from the wide gate, I think Unbreakable can run a race at 20 to 1, so we can have a small spec there for me.
Yep, done. All right, moving on to race 7. You kick us off, Terry.
Race 7. We're going to miss 6 because there's a few scratchings very likely to come out, so there's no point discussing that one. But race 7, it's a thin event here. Pretty keen star aligned. Kira Eel, Peter Fernie, bit of bit of a pattern developing here, isn't there, with the Fernie Vortex we're in at the moment, but they do dominate down here, and there's a bit of meat on the bones about some of these prices, I think, as well, so we can chime in for once, which you usually don't get that opportunity. I think Star Align can just about lead this race or hop on the back of a horse like Fiery Water, potentially, Crip. From there, Star Align was huge last start, off of freshen up, doing the work early to breeze. Magical Rain, who has pretty well performed down here, one of our favourite horses, Magical Rain, over the journey. So extremely well performed down here, held him out, had no right to hold Magical Rain out, I didn't think, over the last 100.
Got headed for sure.
Yeah, I was pretty sooky about that, actually, because I was fairly chips in Magical Rain at that stage of proceedings. But from the gate, gets every single chance. Kira's the queen of cow, as we've said, and I just can't see much depth to this race. The horse I took last start, Native Chimes, couldn't walk. It was the first horse beaten in the turn, and there's just nothing else in this. Fiery Water fell in a class 1. There's just nothing else in the race. So Star Align maps the winner and looks the winner. Doesn't have to travel.
Yep, I agree with you. Also, Mark, Star Align favourite. I think they're about $3.20 at the moment. I'm not as enthused about that price as what the local agency had $5
this morning.
$5 was overs.
Sorry.
I missed that because I was I was probably asleep.
Yeah.
Like you said, Native Chimes went poor last start. I was keen on Fiery Water, and while he got the job done, he led it. They went like 9 lengths slower than benchmark. He got all favours on a track where it was quite hard to make ground, and he really did fall in. So keen to take him on as well. The one query I do have with Star Align, it's a horse, like you said before, it's a really tough horse. I'm not sure if it's a horse that wants to settle in the box seat and then have to wait for a gap and then sort of sit sprint. I'd love to see Kira either try and lead, or if Jade wants to lead on Fiery Water, I'd love to see her make sure she makes her work and then get straight to the breeze, because I think he's just a horse, if he just wants to get into a dogfight, he'll just keep kicking. So
yeah, go back to Star Align's run 2 or 3 back where he was on the fence with Mitch on, got held up and he didn't sprint that hard. It's probably the exact replay you need to see to understand what Crip was talking about in regards to Star Align's strength. So
in comparison, the start before that, he chased a horse called Fairjoy at a million lengths quicker than benchmark and just towed the field up, had no right to get so close to the leader as what he did that day. So it's probably just exactly shows how the horse needs to be ridden.
All right, we better touch on the cup.
We better,
You better touch. This isn't your area, so basically, just have a very quick look. My market in the cup looks quite different to the current market in the cup. I'm happy to take on horses like Come Play With Me, a month between runs, 62 kilos, coming to a hard track. Second up, Adam Durant's a genius and it can win, but $7, I would need significantly longer. I don't think It's a Him's winning another race on grass. I think any more wins in It's a Him's career will be on dirt, so that's a $7. $9.50 pop, I'm happy to chuck a line through. I've marked Firefox $3.50. The 2 extra kilos is a concern, but the strength of that victory and the fact that she sprinted alongside Divine Shadow and was just far superior to Divine Shadow makes me think it's going to be very difficult for Divine Shadow, who's the current favourite, to turn the tables. Missile Launch at $13 will be peaking for this. Just worry how far back Missile Launch gets and if he can outsprint Firefox as well. And then Superior Smile at 17-1 is one I have at $11 in my market. So they're the 3 horses that are currently above my price. But
what do you think of the ride of Superior Smile last start?
I'm going to play the 5th here, Cricket, if that's okay. I'm going to choose not to comment on that. Snagged to last in a race with no speed. I was disappointed, and I was financially disappointed too, Daniel, actually. So
I think it's that loves to just get on the speed and really tough it out. It was questionable.
It was questionable. $17 each way, especially for a place heavy horse that took it up to Spiritual Warrior. The Bunbury and Pinjarra Cup's last campaign. That's a great price. I've marked Missile Launch $6, currently 13. Firefox $3.50, currently $4.20, and Superior Smile $10, currently 17 best. Could just about have a triple play at those prices without really doing too much damage. So that'll probably be me. Crip, your best.
At the time of recording, at the current prices, I'm going to say my best is Beethoven and Mr. Genoa in the same race. But like I said, still not sure which way I'm leaning. Yourself?
Pink and purple. We'll get some value up here, right? Yeah, nearly $10. We'll get some value up for pink and purple. Actually, $9 across the few agencies that are up at the moment, team. So
very good. All right, that wraps it up for the Kalgoorlie Cup preview. What we'll try and we actually can't because Betfair Words will have to be out tonight, which will be interesting writing that. But might even if you got any questions, like Saturday morning will be when I really start to work out how I'm going to play this card. So
flick us some tweets as well.
Yeah.
We'll give this a retweet and flick us some messages. There'll be heaps of scratching. Speed maps will change. We're happy to jump on and have a chat and talk about what we like and how hungover we are as well.
Yep, and if you're on track either today or Saturday, make sure you come say hello. And well, not today because you won't see it till tomorrow. But make sure you tune in for next week because it's a return to Ascot and I'll be excited. So until then, gamble responsibly.